I got 99 problems, but an appetizer ain't one. These barbecue pulled pork fried mac and cheese bites. It's not only a tongue twister to say, but made with wonderful mac and cheese, mixed with tender pulled pork and a homemade barbecue sauce, then fried to perfection. Life's too short to miss out on this appetizer. Let's get to work. We begin with making our spice rub. And everything will be down in the comments below, so don't worry about writing anything down. We're gonna start with a little bit of chili powder. Then we're gonna go in there with some cumin, good little bit. Mix equal parts garlic powder. Go on to the top with a little bit of onion powder, again, equal parts. Then we need some smoked paprika. If you don't have smoked paprika, please go get you some. It'll change your life. Cayenne pepper, don't need too much of this. Next, you need just a little bit of brown sugar. I like my barbecue rub a little bit more sweeter, so I go a little heavier on that, but if you don't like it sweeter, you can omit the sugar completely, and then we'll do a nice big pinch of salt, a couple of tablespoons of that, and then go over the top with just a little bit of pepper. Now just give that a good quick mix. Y'all like my little black plastic forks? I go to Chipotle every week and steal a whole bunch of them. That's why I love Chipotle, because they don't care about the napkins, they don't care about the forks. This is gonna be perfect for the pulled pork. We can set this to the side and we'll bring the pulled pork out. This is the meat we're gonna be using today. Pulled pork, or not pulled pork, but a Boston butt. We can see it has a good amount of fat in it, good marbling, very good. Okay, so now we're gonna take this pulled pork and we're just gonna slice it into cubes. And you can use bone in, boneless. This does have a bone in it. So you can use whatever you want to use. It's no biggie. You just kind of have to cut around it, which is kind of difficult, not gonna lie. But we're gonna be shredding this, so it doesn't really matter how you cut it, to be honest. But just cut it into nice cube pieces because we are going to be searing this off. Right, and then now once you got it cubed up like this, just regular size pieces. I have a sheet tray right here. We're gonna put all the pieces onto. So throw that right there. I kept the bone in this one just because it's gonna add a lot of flavor when we do come and cook it. Season around it, it's no problem. If you have boneless, like I said, it is perfectly fine. Now with that pork, I had to clean my cutting board off. We're just gonna season this up. So grab your seasonings and you just wanna get it all. I'm already gonna have to clean my cutting board again. Grab that seasoning and you just wanna mix it all around, get all the pieces nice and coated. And I'm not gonna use all of it because we're gonna use a little bit for the breading, and then when it comes out the fryer, to season it up with some of that as well. So just try to get it nicely well coated. That is gonna make a lot of seasoning too, so you can have some left over as well. And what I like about this recipe, it is customizable. If you don't feel like making pulled pork yourself, you can buy store-bought, use leftover pulled pork. Wherever you have pulled pork or wherever you can get it, use that, and then you can perfectly pick up when it comes to just mixing the mac and cheese together, all those things. I can encourage you, try to make it yourself, learn some new things, test your skills. This is how you get better as a cook in the kitchen, in my opinion. It's just trying new recipes. Now we got our pieces all seasoned up, looking good. We can set this to the side. We'll bring out the pressure cooker and then we'll get ready to cook this thing. Everything's starting to come together. Everything smells great, looks great. And you can season this the night before too, just let those flavors sink in. But I didn't do that. You don't have to do that. You'll be just fine. All right, to a pressure cooker, we're gonna add just a little bit of olive oil to coat the bottom of the pan, or the pot. And full transparency, I've never used this before. I'm super excited. I got it at Target, but do your research, do your homework before you use a pressure cooker if you don't know how to do it. I'm excited to put it to the test. I had this pulled pork in my freezer for a little bit. I'm putting it to use today. Once it's at temp, we're just gonna drop the pieces in there and we're gonna get a nice sear on it. You can do this in a pan before, but go ahead and just drop all your pieces in there. Not too many at a time. You don't wanna overcrowd. So that was the big bone I just did first, so we're just gonna do that. And you just let it sit in there for a couple minutes till it's seared. Y'all know how to sear some meat. I have a bowl right here that I'm gonna place all the pulled pork into once it's seared, so we can just rinse and repeat with the rest of the pulled pork we have. But this is the bowl we're just gonna let it sit in. So let that sear. I'll see y'all when it's time to flip, and we'll get this party started. Whoa. All right, all our pieces seared up, looking great. Now the very next step we need to do, very important, we're gonna deglaze this. So the first thing we need to do, we need to turn this off. Then once you have that pressure cooker turned off, we're gonna go in there with whatever juice you're using. I'm using apple juice. I like my pulled pork a little sweet. Any of my barbecue, I like it on the sweeter side just to deglaze it. So scrape up all those brown bits at the bottom. And the reason we turn it off is just so we don't get the burn signal when it's pressure cooking. That's no fun, right? And I'm trying to be as perfect as I can the first time using this. And then we're gonna go in there with just a little bit of liquid smoke. Be careful with that. Don't go OD with that because that will truly ruin your food. Get that all mixed up. Bring back all that beef. You can place it right back in there now. It's gonna be a little snug fit, but that's okay. I have a strong urge just to dump all this in here, but I know that'll make a big mess. Don't wanna do that. Big boy right here. Okay, we can dump that now. We got some meat in it. Come on, meat. There you go. We got all the meat in there. Now you can go ahead and put the lid back on, and you can add barbecue sauce in here before you pressure cook it, just so the barbecue flavors really sink in, but I'm not gonna be doing that. We still gotta make ours. So we can go ahead and just pressure cook this now. Hit pressure cook, and then you wanna turn the time up to 60 minutes. Once you got that pressure cooker started, let it by about, it'll let you know when it's done. Do not try to fight it. Do not open it because you will have some serious injuries. So just be careful. Set this to the side now. We'll go ahead and get started on our barbecue sauce, and the ball is rolling. Our barbecue sauce starts off with some ketchup. It's gonna make a mess. And barbecue sauce is so easy to make, guys. Be encouraged to make it at home. It tastes way better than store-bought. Some apple cider vinegar. That looks good to me. Then of course we need some Worcestershire sauce. Good little bit. I wish it made like this a pourable spout. I don't know why they make it like this, because this is so hard to do. Next, we'll go in there with some brown sugar, of course. Y'all know me, I like my barbecue sauce a little bit on the sweeter side. So I'll put like the regular recipe down, but don't do. As you see, do as I say. Is that how it says? Is that how it goes? I'm not even sure. Add some of that. And then at the end, you can always taste and adjust for more seasoning. I don't know why I try to spit my hands in that little hole. Then we need a good squeeze of mustard. Ew. About a tablespoon or two. Some smoked paprika. You can use your other paprika too if you don't have smoked. Nice little squeezer of onion powder. Some black pepper. Gotta have your pepper. Then go in there with your cloves of garlic. Squeeze it in there. I don't know why this is always so hard and difficult for me. And now you just let it come up to a boil, then knock it down to a simmer. 15-20 minutes till it gets to the consistency that you're looking for. And we'll be all good. Taste and adjust for seasonings, of course. And I'm sure y'all can hear it. My pressure cooker still has not come up to pressure yet. It has been about 10 minutes yet. So keep an eye on that. Let's do its thing. Our barbecue sauce is boiling, so we'll go ahead and knock that down to a simmer. Let it do its thing for 30 minutes. You have about an hour left on your pulled pork, so I'm gonna do some laundry, but once that is done, we'll come back, make the mac and cheese, assemble everything, and then the party will get started. Getting started on our mac and cheese, we need some butter, of course. Our mac and cheese starts with butter. We're gonna be making a roux. And then as you can hear, our pressure cooker just finished done. Now we're waiting for that pin to drop like we're back in middle school. Once that is dropped, that's how you know you can open the pressure cooker without it exploding. So just wait for that little ball to drop and we'll be good. I got some macaroni boiling over there on the stove. And this mac and cheese, you can customize it to however you like it. If you just wanna use one cheese, if you wanna use 2 cheese, 3 cheeses, whatever the cases may be, do that. This doesn't really matter. You can even use boxed mac and cheese, to be honest. You use boxed mac and cheese and it'll still be just as fine. It won't be as good, but that's how customizable and how easy this recipe is. So don't feel like you need to follow this step to step. But if it doesn't come out amazing, then don't be mad at me. And once our butter is melted, we'll switch over to a whisk, add our flour in, and give this a good mix. You wanna cook all that raw flour taste out, so it'll be about a minute. But mix it in, don't let it clump. It's a secret to smooth sauce. And then after a minute, turn that heat down to medium low-ish. Just so we don't have splattering when we add, we're gonna go in there with a little bit of heavy cream. Let this mix together. We're gonna add majority of it, but we'll save a little bit. Let that mix come together, get nice and thick. You'll see it starts off very liquidy and then it'll start to thicken up. You'll be able to drag a spoon across it and it'll leave a trail. So just take your time at this step. Do not rush this step whatsoever. And then as it starts to get thick, we'll go ahead and add the rest of our half and half. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our whole milk. Amazing. And so now you're just gonna let this cook. It'll start to get thick. Keep on whisking though. You don't want any clumps. Make sure it's very smooth. I know I keep saying that, but you want some good mac and cheese, right? I got you. And then before we add the cheese, I'm gonna go in there with just a little bit of that seasoning mix from earlier. We're just gonna keep this on theme. Of course, you can use salt, pepper, whatever seasonings you wanna use. Be my guest. But just to re-emphasize that flavor we have going on throughout everything, I feel like that would be a good addition. We can go ahead and turn our heat down to low or even off too. And we're going to mix our cheese. The first cheese we're going to be using is cheddar cheese. I know I love my cheddar cheese. I will always have cheddar cheese on mac and cheese. Do it a little bit at a time so it doesn't clump. Mix it in. Once you see it's melted, add the next batch. And then now you just rinse and repeat with all your cheddar cheese. And then the other cheese we're going to be using today is some smoked Gouda. I love Gouda cheese, especially when it's smoked. It just adds so much good flavor. But again, guys, y'all can use whatever cheese you want. If you like American cheese, pepper jack, mozzarella, whatever it is, Gruyere, feel free to use that. whatever's gonna make you happy at the end of the day. And continue to mix in all that cheese. Now that that's done, this is where you taste for seasonings. If you want to add more salt, pepper, whatever seasoning you're using, this is where you do that. We'll go ahead and bring back our pasta that has been cooked. Good gracious, I love mac and cheese, man. And then you just give this a good mix, combine it all up. All right, so we got the mac and cheese all incorporated, looking good. I'm gonna be real with you guys. My favorite mac and cheese comes from a box. Cracker Barrel, if I am gonna buy box mix, I'm gonna buy that Cracker Barrel brand because it is just amazing. I love that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'll tell y'all the truth always. So if you are going to use box max, please use that. This is looking good. Wait for that pulled pork to get done. We need to shred that still. And as you can see, it looks probably really liquidy right now. I don't know, is liquidy a word? I've been saying that a lot lately. The reason it's liquidy, we're gonna freeze this too for a little bit so it's gonna thicken up significantly amount. And then when we fry it up, that cheese pull at the end is just gonna be, it's gonna be amazing. Trust me on it. Don't doubt me yet. Our pulled pork is done. Look at that, perfect. So get all those out the pressure cooker, I forgot the name of it. And we're gonna shred it up. Oh my goodness, this is how the bone came out. This is how you know it's tender. Then go in there with a glove and mix it up. You can use 2 forks as well, but I like playing with my food, for real. This is the best part of it. That is still very hot, guys, so be careful. I'm burning my hands doing this myself. And then now that you got it shredded, just go in there with your barbecue sauce. This is gonna be so good. You can add as much or as little as you like, or you can even leave it out. If you're not a fan of barbecue sauce, this probably doesn't need it because this is good. I've been taking a couple bites of it already. That is still very hot, be careful. Bring back our mac and cheese, Mackie Mac. Love mac and cheese. And now you just dump all that into there. Yeah. This is gonna make a lot of mac and cheese, right? But the good thing about this, I'm gonna save a lot of it, put it in the freezer. Whenever I want some mac and cheese, some pulled pork mac and cheese especially, it's gonna be great. All right, and then you just give this one last final mix. That macaroni and cheese, get that pulled pork, combine, let them get to know each other, because you just created something amazing. It sounds great too. We can take that baking tray away. This is heavy, my Lord. And you're just gonna place that right inside of this. And you're gonna need to let it set up for a little bit so we can form it into balls and fry it up. So this is gonna take time. So place this in the freezer, the fridge. If you place it in the freezer, it will be a shorter time. It'll be about 30 minutes to an hour. But if you just place this in the refrigerator, it'll be a couple hours. So do whatever fits your timeline the best. And like I said, you can freeze this. That's what I'll be doing. A lot of this I will freeze. And then the rest is gonna be for my enjoyment today. The Super Bowl is tomorrow. Go Chiefs. This is gonna be coming out the week after the Super Bowl, or maybe 2 weeks. But hopefully my prediction is right. I was wrong about the Cowboys. So as we can see, it's done. It's on a sheet tray. Spread it to a flat layer. This is gonna help it cool a lot faster. Throw it in the fridge, freezer for a couple hours. And then once it's done and it's firm enough to form into balls, we're gonna bread it up, fry it up, and then we'll get ready to eat. But I'll see y'all in a second. For me, it'll be a couple hours. Our mac and cheese is cooled, solidified just enough so we're able to form them into balls. Right here, I have a baking sheet right next to me that we're gonna be placing the balls to. And I got an ice cream scooper. Although we're not having ice cream, we are having some mac and cheese. So get you a nice scoop, just like so. However big or however small you're looking for. And then you just take it and you form it into a ball, just like so. So you're gonna rinse and repeat with all the mac and cheese that you're going to use, and then I'll see y'all at the breading station. And when you're forming the balls, you wanna make sure that they are equal sized balls so that when you're frying them up, they all cook at the same rate. I'm sure y'all have heard that 1,000 times before, but it is very true. Our breading station set up, right? So we have our mac and cheese, our flour, eggs, and some breadcrumbs. We're gonna get freaky with the breadcrumbs, ready? We're going to add a little bit of parsley, just for some color. Then we're gonna go in there with just a dash or 2 of cayenne pepper, add a little heat, a good pinch of salt, some black pepper, of course, the twins, the OGs. You may be asking how we're getting freaky. We are adding barbecue chips to it. So just give that a good crush. I feel like this is gonna add some more flavor to it. We'll see. It might not do anything at all, but feel free to omit this step as well. Don't necessarily have to do this. Oh yeah, that's good. And then we'll just give that a good mix. Take your macaroni balls, make sure they're an even ball. We'll dunk it in the flour, of course. This is gonna help the eggs stick a lot better. Roll it around. Same thing goes in the eggs. Let's see how long I can keep a wet hand, dry hand mix. There, get all the excess egg off, and then you just bring it back into breadcrumbs. Get it very well coated. And you wanna go ahead and start preheating your oil up to 375 degrees. We're gonna fry them hot and fast for a couple minutes. But yeah, that's looking real good. I like how that's looking. Bang, we have a nice ball. Now, you can set it to the side, rinse and repeat with all of them, and then I'll see y'all when it's time to fry. Now that our oil is up to temp, now we're just gonna deep fry them. 3 to 5 minutes. Remember, they are already cooked, so they don't need a long time. You're just going so the outside gets a nice golden brown color. So let those cook in there. Don't overcrowd. I know I always say it. Probably get 3 of them in there. All right, we can go 4. Y'all think we can get 4? I think we can get 4. There we go. Yeah, that's the most we're doing today. So now you just let that cook 3 to 5 minutes again to golden brown. And as soon as they come out, take that pork rub, season them up. And then just check on them periodically, and bam, you have something amazing. Golden brown, a nice golden brown egg. Now, you can set that on a pan. I'm doing it on a wire rack because I don't want the bottom to steam and get all soggy, sog it out. So put it on a wire rack, and then you just rinse and repeat with the rest of your balls till they're all fried up. The moment has come, the moment has arrived. Let's plate them up. Look how big they are. Pause. And then you just put them in a nice little cylinder. Stack them up as best as you can. I don't know how I'm gonna stack all of them up. This is very hard work, guys. Takes a lot of concentration. Then, oh, we lost one. Okay, we'll top the last one off. And bang, we have something magnificent, beautiful. I know y'all didn't forget the homemade barbecue sauce. You just take it, you do a nice drizzle all the way across it. Bang, that's done. And then to make it healthy, we are eating fried food, guys. Just to make it a little healthier, we'll add just a touch of parsley. It's something beautiful. Let's look at that. For the moment the whole world has been waiting for. Let's look into it. Oh my goodness. Just look at that. Oh my gosh. Let's take a bite. This should not be a thing. I know it's gonna taste great. The mac and cheese tasted amazing. A little bit of barbecue sauce. Cheers to y'all, more life. Go work out, go hit the gym after you eat this, please. I don't even know what noise I just made, but this is really good. Y'all stop watching me eat. Oh. Appetizers are truly slept on. Appetizers have the power to make you stay at an event longer or leave earlier if the appetizers aren't good. And these appetizers, these are gonna make you stay at the event the whole time, just waiting for more of these. Awesome, 3 things: the pulled pork, the mac and cheese, then frying it up to perfection. I have no complaints. I'm not even gonna overtalk it because this is amazing. You need to make this and then go hit the gym after this because that's what I'm about to do. But guys, like always, I appreciate the love and support. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, comment down below what you wanna see next. Y'all know the deal. I don't even need to say it anymore. I'll see y'all next week. Y'all know I got another banger. Come back. I'll see y'all then. DeRay's out. Peace.